So winter's coming, as they say. It's just around the corner. You're probably wondering where we're at, what kind of progress there is. I guess there is quite a bit since maybe you last saw it, but there hasn't been as much as I would hope in the time since I recorded the last video that you'll see at the end of this little segment. But I understand the weather's been not that great the last couple of days. However, today was beautiful and nobody was working. And obviously they probably have other jobs to do and whatever, but it's kind of frustrating when you're thinking, oh no, it's been raining all week and today was a really sunny day and, quick, get out there. Because, it's a big concern when you live in the mountains and the winter is, much more severe there than perhaps in other locations. You kind of want to have some semblance of priority perhaps, or maybe it's just me. But yeah, I mean, I've been assured that the roof and the windows should be on and in, respectively, before winter truly sets in. So hopefully that's the case. It's been quite a difficult day because, I had a slight misunderstanding and I thought certain things were included in the budget that weren't. And, this is one of the really tough elements of building a house in a foreign country where you don't speak the language really well and you have to rely on other people and you don't want to always ask too many questions. I mean, to be fair to the building company, they've been extremely patient with me because I'm always asking a lot of questions and double checking things. And, because, when you rely on friends to translate, they do a fantastic job, of course, but, they might accidentally leave something out or you might forget to ask the right question or, and you don't want to have to keep going back and asking them. But, the company has actually been extremely kind in the fact that for my questions and stuff, they've corresponded with me in English, which is hugely appreciated, of course. Whereas, obviously the official communication through the online building journal and stuff has to be in check. But my building inspector overall, he's quite pleased, quite satisfied. I think he said there were a couple of minor aesthetic things that would be covered up later anyway, but it's nothing major. And as long as he's happy, I'm fairly happy. I am starting to get stressed though, of course, about all the kind of little costs that add up into big costs and certain things just that you haven't thought about initially and then suddenly you will, and it's so yeah, I think the stress is starting to show a little bit. But what can I do? I kind of passed the point of no return really, haven't I? So it is what it is, and I just have to try and face them and hope that it's all going to be all right in the end, isn't it? But so far, I'm fairly pleased. When work is being done, I have to say it does impress me how quickly things do get done. But yeah, I guess one thing is I don't really have a proper time frame, so it's not like I know exactly when certain parts should be done. Perhaps I should request one. Might alleviate some of the anxiety and stress that I'm feeling, but so far at least, touch wood, things seem to be on schedule. At least that's what I'm told. I don't know how much people love telling people what they want to hear or not, but we'll see. I guess we shall see what whether or not it is on schedule once winter sets in up in the mountains. So what follows is one day where half the roof was started, and then the second day when the other half of the roof was started. The roof has not been completed. You'll see in a minute. It's just kind of got wooden frames on it, and underneath the wood is kind of material, but it's still waiting tiling or whatever it is they're going to do on that. So yeah, hopefully won't be too much longer. There was a small error with one of the windows because on the plan it was supposed to be smaller, but the opening is larger. But that seems to be a happy accident in terms of it would be better to have the larger window. So I decided to keep that. So that's not too bad. And I've been assured it won't cost me much extra. It's much of a muchness, apparently, according to, the factory who makes them. So yeah, sit back, have a look, and as always, please leave your comments, feedback, and whatnot down below. And keep your fingers crossed for me, please, especially in terms of costs. Oh, all right, everybody, do take care. Thanks as always. See you soon. Bye.